So this episode of the CoffeeCast comes to you a day belated, and perhaps then becomes even more relevant than it was. You see, I'd intended to discuss what are you feeding yourself on all levels. And it stemmed from my experience of being with a family member who was scrolling through Twitter 3 or 4 days ago, just when the whole kind of Israel-Palestine thing was kicking off. And as much as I may want to care about the whole of humanity, as I sat there, I realised that the incessant, 140 character updates that my family member was feeding me were really not good for me. It was that they were taking me to a place that wasn't at that moment helpful to me or helpful to anyone. Now, there could have been other moments or times when I might have heard those words and felt inspired to act in a very different way. And I was with that reality as I left their company. And it really struck me just how significant it is that what we feed ourselves on all levels, and of course there's the 4 common levels of mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, right? That what we feed ourselves on those 4 levels really matters. And on this occasion, I guess, there was something around what I was hearing that on an emotional and mental level perhaps just was not the right food that I needed at that moment. And perhaps it's connected to the fact that overall, lately, I've been having an interesting time with food. I think I mentioned that I've been undertaking quite a long fast, and that ended about a month ago. And I've been observing how my system has been responding to the reintroduction of quote-unquote normal food again. So that's been fascinating to see on a really, I think visceral probably is the right word, on a really visceral level, just what my relationship with food is like or can be like. And that as a result, the ways I might choose to feed myself emotionally, spiritually, change with how I feed myself physically. And one part of this, I noticed actually this morning, is just how important it is for me to regularly feed myself with some vitamin Labrador. And what I mean by that is, there is something in my particularly mental, emotional, spiritual system that relaxes, that resets, that softens when I allow myself to enjoy a moment of unadulterated connection, love and play with my Labrador. Similarly, play with my children. When we are together and the entire focus of the moment is on the unfolding of their play, again, there is a place that I can find myself that is exactly where I need to be, being nourished in exactly the way I need to be nourished. And you may hear in the background a roaring kind of, what is that sound? A roaring, suction, drafty kind of thing, which is my fire, my log burner, kicking out some heat in the morning. And again, did I need to light it? No. Is it a bit chilly in the house? Yes. And so there is something also nourishing now about something that is feeding me as I sit and watch the flames and feel the warmth and know that as my children come downstairs to get ready for school, that they will luxuriate and appreciate the warmth. So, What are you feeding yourself? What are some things that perhaps you would benefit from cutting out of your mental, emotional, physical, spiritual diet? What are some things, like my example of my Labrador, that actually you need to bring in more regularly, that really give you more bang for your buck than you've been giving them credit for? Because I think now more than ever, when our attention can be hijacked so easily by really well-refined clickbait headlines and apps whose dopamine spiking technologies have been studied to the nth degree, well, more than ever before, the degree of consciousness and awareness and care that I believe is important to bring to how we feed ourselves on all levels is absolutely paramount. And so my hope is that perhaps this CoffeeCast sows a small seed to invite you deeper into that process of connecting with what really nourishes you on all levels, and choosing to bring more of it into your life, and choosing to eliminate that which does not serve. All right, have a great day.